I mean, come on, everybody likes singing animals, right? No, no, they don't.
Bar side movie reviews.
I, I don't understand. I thought this movie was going to be really good. I mean, I was telling people that it probably was going to give Moana a run for its money, and I don't know. I need a moment. So honestly, YouTube, I really wanted to sing a lot better than I did. I was very excited about this movie. I really did think that it was going to give Moana a run for its money. As a matter of fact, the more I saw trailers for Sing, the more excited I began to be. And I was even telling folks, I said, I don't know, right now I have Moana as my #1 animated movie for the year, but Sing looks really good. It looks like it's going to be a strong contender. And I've also always been a fan of Illumination Studios. I like their type of animation. I like Despicable Me. I personally like The Secret Life of Pets. It wasn't great, but it was an enjoyable movie. So I thought that this was going to be a good film, and then I sat through it. It's not all bad, actually. Sing does have some really good parts and then some not so good parts, but you will have to decide whether or not you want to see this movie after this review. So let's start with the synopsis of what this movie is about. Everybody in this cast, of course, if you've seen the trailer, is an animal. They're all pretty much, or most of them, singing animals. And this follows Matthew McConaughey's character, who is a koala bear that owns a theater that really is going under. Nobody's coming into the theater, so he has this idea to have the singing contest to bring folks into the theaters and actually save the theater doors from being closed, because they are threatening, the bank is threatening to shut the theater down. So when it comes to talent, Sing really does do very well. They have some top-notch actors doing the voice acting in this film, and on top of that, all of these guys can actually sing. We've got Scarlett Johansson playing Ash, we've got Taron Egerton playing Johnny, Matthew McConaughey is playing Buster Moon, Reese Witherspoon is playing Rosetta, Seth MacFarlane is playing Mike, and as I said, all of these folks can actually sing. And there are so many more cast members we could talk about, but this film is definitely not short on talent. So I do want to be a little bit careful here, because everything in Sing is not bad. So I don't mean to say that, even though overall this movie was not a very enjoyable experience for me, or it's not as enjoyable as I would have liked for it to have been. Definitely it did not meet the expectations that I had, but there were some really good moments in this film, some laugh out loud moments in this film. A lot of the characters I enjoyed in this film. I liked Mike. Gunther was hilarious in this movie. I like Johnny, I like Buster Moon, I like Buster's secretary. So there were definitely some funny parts in this movie, some parts that I think that kids and parents will enjoy. But Sing has kind of a problem that it sets itself up for from the beginning, and I was hoping they were going to be able to overcome this, but they were not. And that is, there are too many characters in this film. So the problem is, when you have a movie like this that introduces so many characters, and they had a little bit of a problem with this in The Secret Life of Pets as well, which was also done by Illumination Studios, but it wasn't as bad as Sing. So the problem is, when you set yourself up to have so many different characters in a movie, the expectation for us, the viewing audience, is that these characters will be developed enough to satisfy us with the fact that they're in the movie. And Sing is not able to balance all of that character development. It's just too much for the movie to overcome. So in the beginning, it is pretty interesting, where we're starting to see why these folks are joining the singing contest, and we're kind of starting to see the issues that are going on in their lives. But as it tries to develop that within the second act, it really does, to me, just become a little bit boring. It just doesn't handle the task very well. And most animated movies cannot use kind of devices to compact time to tell a lot of the backstory. For example, like exposition or montage. In my personal opinion, they just don't work very well in animated movies. So Sing couldn't even use some of those devices to try and kind of tell us backstories within a shortened amount of time to really help us to really get pulled into the different stories that the characters were going through in this movie. But I do think that Sing, like I said, had some high points, and the third act was actually pretty good in this movie. The singing was awesome in all cases in this movie. I think that that's going to be a big hit for this film. I think the soundtrack will probably do very well, and I think the kids will love this film because of the singing also. But just all in all, it just wasn't a very impressive film. It wasn't very impactful. I mean, I didn't expect for it to have the impact of Moana because it was a different type of story, so I understand that. But the film as a whole just seemed a little bit lackluster, and I'm sad to say that because I was really excited about Sing. As I said, I thought it could even dethrone Moana for me, but it doesn't. At the end of the day, I think that Sing is a movie that you will enjoy. I think your kids will absolutely love it. So if you're looking for a movie to take your kids to over the Christmas or the holiday break, then definitely go check out Sing. It's clean. You're not going to have to worry about any issues with it. I think that they will enjoy it, and you might enjoy it as well. It just definitely didn't meet my expectations. I am giving Sing a C. This is one you might want to check out. The kids will love it, or maybe you can wait for DVD. So coming up next, we are going to review Assassin's Creed, and then I am going to talk about Passengers, which I absolutely loved. You hear me? I liked it better than Rogue One. It was an awesome film. I'm really excited to talk about why I think so, because there were a fair amount of people that did not like this movie. Guys, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Show us some love in that way. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're working really hard to hit 500 subscribers, and share this. Thank you guys so much again, and with that, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.